Wake County Commissioners recently approved the county's 2015 state legislative agenda and endorsed the goals identified in the North Carolina Association of County Commissioners 2015-16 legislative goals. Joining us to talk about the legislative goals is Chris Dillon, Wake County's newest intergovernmental relations manager. He is responsible for researching and monitoring current legislation, coordinating the county's lobbyist efforts, and developing and maintaining positive relationships with other governments. Chris, thank you so much for being here.
Great, thank you.
First of all, why are legislative goals needed?
Well, much like a strategic plan is important for any organization, the legislative goals are the benchmarks of where the county wants to be throughout the legislative session and sets a trajectory of success. And it's important to remember those goals as the session moves forward, because there'll be many ups and downs through the session, but we want to make sure that we have a focal point.
Now, how is the process, how is it formed to be able to formulate these goals? Obviously, it starts from everywhere from hearing from citizens to listening to staff and their suggestions.
Exactly. We'll have constituents that mention different projects or different goals that they'd like to see the county push for, as well as staff that bring efficiency measures, cost-saving measures to county commissioners and say, this will help improve service to our constituents, and that's where our goals are formulated.
And what are the 2015 legislative goals that were adopted by the board?
Well, our priority goals will have to be maintaining county revenue sources. There's a big push you'll see in the coming months for the state to look at redistributing some of our county sales tax. And the number one goal of both the County Commissioners Association and Wake County is to protect those revenue sources. We also like to see more flexibility given to counties on funding sources as well as ways to provide services to constituents.
Now, Chris, you mentioned the North Carolina Association of County Commissioners and goals that were adopted as a group. I guess a lot of the goals that Wake County has adopted kind of mirror some of those on a state level and throughout the state with other county governments.
That is correct. The Association of County Commissioners is a statewide group that helps counties push their agendas forward and their goals. We mirror just about all of their goals as well, but some of ours are specific to urban areas and cost-saving measures that we may want to implement within Wake County itself.
Now, citizens may wonder the role that you have in coming on board with Wake County. What is your day? What's a typical day like? And I'm probably not saying the right word in typical, as it relates to you sharing this information with state lawmakers?
Well, usually I'll take a glance at what bills we're trying to promote, what committees are meeting, get those bills scheduled, work with our delegation, the Wake County delegation, and getting our priorities put into committee, and then advocating to committee members why they're important to Wake County or all counties of the state.
And I guess final question in this long session, this is definitely some issues that will be on the watch list for Wake County. Are there some that come to mind, at the top of mind?
Yes, sir. We've just recently completed Wake County redistricting bill that has passed the General Assembly. We'll be seeking on how to implement that. We'll continue to follow the sales tax initiatives to redistribute throughout the long session, and it'll really come down to revenue sources for the period.
Well, best of luck to you in this long session, Chris, and welcome aboard to Wake County.
Thank you very much.
Chris Dillon, Intergovernmental Relations Manager for Wake County.